morning. I will never forget many of the firsts of high school. The first day, for instance, that was a fun one. I was a brand new kid in a brand new place, and of course, one of my first times maneuvering that very hard thing called a stairwell, I missed a step and slipped in front of a bunch of new classmates that I'd really never met. I managed to catch myself before anything bad really happened, but it was still a traumatic experience for me being a little freshman. Now that first day only continued to get better when, after 4 hours of homeroom discussing rules and conduct of Tucker High School and the consequences of breaking those rules, I reach into my backpack to get a pencil, and I get the pencil, and when I look down, to my horror, I see a tiny pair of fingernail clippers. Now, I don't know if a fingernail clipper is considered a weapon, but of course that's what goes through my head on the first day of high school. So there's me, shaking like a leaf for the rest of the day, the first day of high school, thinking that somehow somebody is going to find this fingernail clipper, and I'm going to be expelled on my first day of high school. Now, luckily that didn't happen, and I made it through the first day. Now, that wasn't the only first that had an impact on me. I remember the first time going out to watch those football tigers put a whooping on somebody. I remember my first day of swim team practice, jumping into that cold water and thinking, man, that's really wet. Then came the first finals week, which looking back on it really wasn't that bad, but it was a finals week nonetheless. Then the first time stepping onto that beautiful baseball diamond, putting in work with my boys. The first AP classes, shout out to Mrs. Willard and Ms. Derricks. The first playoff baseball series under new coaching staff. The beginning of the IB diploma program for some of us. It's all right, we made it, y'all. Don't gotta worry about that anymore. The junior prom and all the fun that went with that. But before I knew it, or could do anything about it, the first started to turn into last. The last football game at Paint Squad. The last time I jumped into that pool for swim team practice. The last time I touched that baseball field. Senior prom. The last AP and IB exams. And then, just this past week, the last day for us seniors. It's been a crazy ride with y'all. From the time we stepped into our first elementary schools to this moment right now, we have become athletes, scholars, artists, actors and actresses, class clowns, and the ever-important successful procrastinators. On top of all these things we have become, today we are here to celebrate the fact that we are about to become something else, high school graduates. And this indeed deserves congratulations, but this day is by no means the end for us all. It's rather a new beginning. No matter what the near future holds for all of us, whether that may be further education, joining the workforce, military, or other avenues, we will all inevitably face challenges and reach points where we think we'd do anything to come back to this easy life of high school. But just know that I know we all have what it takes to go out and face that world and those challenges. We've been prepared for that with the help of high school, the relationships made in these 4 years, the faculty and staff that have guided us along the way, and our parents and guardians. Nobody successfully reaches success without any hardship. People that we see and hear about every day, from the likes of Bill Gates to Steph Curry, from Albert Einstein to Jennifer Lopez, all of these people were our age once, not knowing where they'd end up. But I can guarantee you this. They worked incredibly hard to get where they got to, or where they now are. And I wish the same upon you, class of 2016. There are many of us that will make it to those places of success. Miles Monroe, a minister in the Bahamas, once said this: "Our life is the sum total of all the decisions we make every day, and those decisions are determined by our priorities. So I urge you with this: keep your priorities straight. Never lose sight of your faith if you have one, family, friends, and the importance of having fun. Because without those things, any success that may come won't have any meaning." We've gone through a lot together, victories and defeats, moments that have made us laugh until we hurt, confusion, frustration, successes, failures, tragedy, and even the occasional tear. But the one thing that is alike in all these occurrences is that we've gone through them all together. We are a fun class, and I hope we never lose that fun. But let's not forget to have class on top of that. Don't worry, high school is not the end of fun. It was Charlie Chaplin who said this: "A day without laughter is a day wasted." And I cannot agree more. I hope we always keep people in our lives that make us laugh like we do for each other. One final thought I will leave you with is this. Webster's says family is a group of people who are generally not blood relations, but who share common attitudes, interests, or goals. And I think that very accurately describes our class. So, I hope you'll never completely forget or lose touch with the bonds that you made here. Because truly, we are a family. We are Tigers. We are Tucker. And we are done. Thank you.